Hello YouTube, this is God of Radio Moscow here again with another beer review. Now, I have to apologise for not having posted one in the last few days, but as you might be able to tell by the difference in background in the video, I've been moving flats and stuff, so I haven't had much time to do anything else. But anyway, this will be my first beer that comes from South America. This is Quilmes, which comes from Argentina. I've had this one before and quite enjoyed it, so I'm interested to do the review now since I have a better taste of beer having reviewed some other ones and a bit more experience doing the videos. But anyway, I'll just take you through the history of this brewery as I quite like to do normally. The Cervecería Maltería Quilmes is an Argentine brewery founded in 1888, and Quilmes itself is located 11 kilometers south of the city of Buenos Aires in Buenos Aires province. Incidentally, it was founded by a German immigrant to the country, Otto Bamberg, so I'm quite interested to see, now that I have a better taste for beer, what the sort of German influence on the flavour of this is. But anyway, the company grew very quickly since 1888, and in the 1920s they were already the most popular beer within Buenos Aires. And in 1921 they actually produced the first malt from Argentina, or from Argentine barley, sorry, and this supplied the entire national beer industry. And they also took the principle of self-reliance to the next level by producing the first bottle cap factory in Argentina to replace the cork stoppers that were very common in Argentine beer bottles at the time. So as you can see, this is a very sort of pioneering company within Argentina, and they're very, very well known. But since that time, the beer itself has become somewhat of a national icon, and they currently have 75% share in the national beer market in Argentina. But they also sponsor the Argentine national football team, and as you can see, they use the blue and white colours that are that make that team famous. And they also incidentally host various rock concerts and support other sports within the country itself, so they're quite involved in the community in Argentina. But as of 2005, Quilmes had plants in Quilmes, Zárate, Tres Arroyos, Corrientes, Tucumán and Mendoza, and the beer itself is exported throughout Latin America to several countries, and also several countries within Europe, Australia. I'm not sure about New Zealand, but it's also exported to North America as well. They apparently sell 17 million hectolitres of beer per year, but the brewery has a bit more of a complex history recently as to who owns it. In 2002, 37.5% of Quilmes was bought by Ambev, who are a company from Brazil, and this gave Ambev control of the Quilmes brand within Argentina. For a short period of time, incidentally, this was the third largest beverage producer in the world, but in 2004, Ambev and Interbrew merged to form InBev, and this integrated the Quilmes brand into the portfolio of the new company. And in 2008, InBev merged with Anheuser-Busch to create Anheuser-Busch InBev. And in 2006, Ambev had increased its share in Quilmes to, I think it was around 90%, so they effectively took the full control of the brewery. But in addition to this particular beer, the brewery also produces Cristal, Light, Bock, Stout and a Red Lager, all under the Quilmes name. They also produce a beer called Iguana, which is a light beer, Imperial and Norte, which are both Pilsner style beers, Andes and Palermo, which are both lagers, and also Liberty, which is a non-alcoholic beer. Now, this beer, incidentally, is a genuine import. It's only brewed within Argentina. I mean, when with Brahma from Brazil, they have their beer in Europe brewed within license by all the different companies within the different countries themselves. So it's not really a genuine import, but this is. And apparently, from what I was reading, it uses Patagonia hops, high quality Argentine barley malt grown in the Pampas region, and they also use pure water, which comes from the Andes. So this should actually, it has I remember this one having a very quite unique taste to it, and I'm quite excited to give it another try now that I have the better taste for beer and things. But anyway, this is a 4.9% pale lager. I'll just let you have a better look at the bottle on this one. Just make sure you can see it. Open up my camera again. As you can see, like I say, it uses the colours of the Argentine national team. The bottle cap on this one is fairly similar. There's nothing particularly special about the label on this that I can talk about. As you can see, it says on it, Argentina's favourite beer, but like I say, it's 75% of the beer market within Argentina. But let's get this guy open and get on with the tasting. Now, as I say, it is a 4.9% pale lager. Apparently it's been described, I've seen it described on Beer Advocate and things like that, as an adjunct lager. I can actually smell this one. It seems to have quite a decent nose on it. But let's get this guy out and we'll get on with the tasting. Give it a bit more of an aggressive pour there. So quite a nice kind of fluffy head on it, turning into a bit more bubbly. That's, I think, should dissipate fairly quickly. It's a really nice sort of pale golden colour. There's a lot of carbonation within there, I have to say. Actually, it looks like a really nice sort of Pilsner style beer. Lots of carbonation actually. The head seems to be retaining quite well actually. Yeah, but let's just get the aroma from this. Getting some of the light sweet malts in there. Kind of some corn and hint of grain in there. Actually, it does actually have to say smell like a mass-produced lager, which I'm guessing like I say, it's such a big brewery within Argentina, it must be. But it smells quite nice. Light sweet malts, some corn, some hints of grain in there. Anyway, let's get on with the taste of this and see what it's like. I enjoyed this before, so cheers. That's quite to say, it's quite nice for the sort of style of an industrial beer. Like I say, I enjoyed this before. But the first thing that comes is the sweetness from the malts. There's a little bit of corniness in there. There's the hints of grain in there, and a little bit of spice in it as well. To be honest, it's quite a bit more complex than you would expect of an adjunct lager or an industrial beer, whatever you want to call it. It has a really nice flavour. I would say, personally, if I had to drink an industrial beer, this would be one of the choices I would make. I really like this one, and as I say, the flavour of it is very surprisingly complex for an industrial beer. But like I say, it's the sweetness that gets you first. You get the light malts, a little bit of corn. There's some grain in it as well, and some spice character. Not too much in the way of bitterness. On the mouth, it's very light, it's very crisp, easy drinking. In the first couple of sips, the carbonation gets to you. You feel it really on the tongue. But in the next couple of sips, it's not so much prominent, I would say. But yeah, like I say, this is actually a really, really nice beer. In terms of industrial beer, I really like this one. It's light, crisp. Pardon me, sorry. Light, crisp, easy drinking. It's a beer for a hot day, basically. I mean, South America, very hot place. They've brewed an ideal beer for this. Very complex for industrial beer. I would recommend that if you have the chance to try this one, give it a try. It's a really good beer for sort of drinking on a party night or whatever, where you just want something light to enjoy a few beers with your friends or whatever. Like I say, it has a very, very it's an unusually complex flavour for an industrial beer, so definitely worth checking out this one, I would say. But thanks again for watching my beer reviews. I shall be back with another beer review, I think tomorrow probably. But thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe and share the videos to the channel, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon. Cheers.